Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a world that's equal parts passion, practicality, and, well, psychology. We're going to peel back the layers on a subculture that's, deeply felt by those who are in it, but so often misunderstood by everyone else.
It seems like a simple question, but the answer? It's surprisingly complex. See, this isn't just about getting from point A to point B. Nope, it's a choice that involves embracing risk, chasing freedom, and for a lot of people, really defining a core part of who they are.
And this quote from Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance just nails it. It's all about total immersion. And that feeling, that overwhelming sense of presence, that's exactly where we're going to start our journey, with the most immediate, the most visceral reason people choose to ride.
All right, let's dive right into that first layer, shall we? We're talking about the raw, undeniable thrill that just pulls people toward two wheels. It's an experience that hits all your senses in a way that, well, you just can't get it anywhere else.
For so many riders, this is what gets them hooked in the first place. Think about it. There's no windshield filtering your view, no soundproofing to dull that incredible roar of the engine. It's just this pure, unfiltered connection between you, the machine, and the world around you. And that becomes this incredibly powerful escape from the everyday grind.
And look, this isn't just a gut feeling people have. The data actually backs this up in a huge way. A Cycle Trader survey, they talked to over 4,000 motorcyclists, found that for almost 3/4 of them, the main reasons they ride are freedom and excitement. It's right there in the numbers.
But here's the thing. The appeal isn't just about that emotional rush. Once you get past that initial shot of adrenaline, you start to uncover this whole other layer of benefits. Stuff that's surprisingly practical and, honestly, pretty logical.
So, let's actually look at the numbers for a second. The average cost of a new car, you're looking at over 31 grand. A brand new motorcycle, a lot of times, it's under 10,000. And that financial advantage just keeps going, with better fuel efficiency and a much smaller environmental footprint.
Yeah, 28%. That's how much less fuel the average motorcycle uses compared to a car. You've got bikes getting 60, even 70 miles per gallon. That translates to huge savings at the pump and, a real drop in how many resources you're using.
And honestly, the practical perks just keep stacking up from there. If you've ever lived in a city, you know the daily nightmare of finding parking. On a bike, that stress, it pretty much vanishes. Then you add in getting to use commuter lanes, being able to zip through traffic. And suddenly, your daily commute time can shrink like crazy. Okay, so riding is a thrill, right? And it's practical. We got that. But now let's peel back another layer, because this is where it starts to build into something deeper. We're talking about a powerful and really unique sense of community.
It can start with something so simple, like the wave. It's just this instant, silent nod that basically says, hey, I see you, we're in this together, we're part of the same tribe. It's such a small gesture, but it represents this much bigger, shared bond that really sets riders apart from everyone else on the road.
And this quote, it just perfectly sums up the core of that community. It completely cuts across social and economic lines. You can have a heart surgeon and a high school janitor just hanging out, sharing stories at a stoplight, and they're instantly connected by nothing more than their love for being on two wheels. But let's be real, it's not always a perfect utopia. Inside this big brotherhood, you get these smaller tribes forming. A psychologist and writer, Mark Barnes, he points out this them versus us attitude that can pop up. Like the little sneer a diehard Harley fan might give to someone on a Japanese sport bike.
Dr. Barnes, though, he offers this really interesting solution. It's not just about, hey, let's all be nice to each other. He suggests the real key is to actually be curious. Just imagine if every rider had to try out a cruiser, then a sport bike, then a dirt bike. You'd build this foundation of real respect based on shared experience, not just what brand you're loyal to.
Okay, so now we get to the real core of it all. We've talked about the thrill, the practicality, even the community. But beyond all that is this powerful, almost transformative effect that riding has on your mind. This is the journey within.
Now, this might sound a little surprising, but riding is actually a powerful form of mindfulness. Think about it. It demands your complete focus on right now, the road, the controls, everything around you. There's literally no mental space left for worrying about your job or what's for dinner. Your mind just clears. And that intense focus, it often leads to what psychologists call a flow state. You're just completely absorbed in what you're doing. Your awareness is cranked up to 11. Your actions feel totally fluid and natural, and your sense of time can get all weird. It's a really, really rewarding psychological experience. And you know what? Science totally backs this up. Studies have shown that riding relieves stress, it releases those feel-good endorphins, and all that constant mental engagement can even boost your brain function. You're basically giving your brain a full workout while you're out on the road.
And this mindfulness, it connects right back to your senses. It's the difference between, say, watching the world through a window and actually being in it. You feel the temperature drop as you go up a hill. You can smell the rain on the hot pavement. It's a complete, total sensory connection to the world around you.
So, okay, we've peeled back all these layers. What's the big takeaway here? What is this whole journey, from that external thrill to this internal experience? What does it all really mean?
Well, the path into motorcycling often looks a lot like a journey of self-discovery. You know, it starts with the outside stuff, the thrill, the practical benefits. But for the people who really stick with it, it turns into something much deeper. You find a connection with other people and ultimately a really powerful connection with yourself. And that brings us full circle, right back to freedom, that #1 reason people ride. But it's not just the freedom to point your bike down a road and go. It's the mental and emotional freedom that you get from that focus, from that mindfulness, from the sheer escape of it all. It's an internal kind of liberation.
And there's that famous saying that just nails this final point. It captures that profound difference perfectly. One is about transportation, yeah, but the other, it's about transformation. It's the difference between just getting somewhere and truly experiencing the journey.
So, we'll leave you with this thought. Whether you ride a motorcycle or not, this experience is something we can all relate to. What's the thing in your life that takes you out of the audience and puts you right in the scene? What's that passion that makes you feel totally present, completely aware, and just alive?